Hello everyone, welcome to DTBTV. This is going to be an unscripted, just a chat with fans. I was supposed to be doing my walk around Anfield, but with the weather being so miserable and it's absolutely peeing it down, I just thought we'll just have a chat. We'll just talk about the game. We'll just talk about how you're feeling, let you know how I'm going for today. Also like to just say thank you to everybody that's had a go on the scratch card again. Let me just say hello to everybody on DTBTV. So, how are you all feeling? Are you all confident? Results are have gone our way, which is brilliant. Which is what we want. With Leicester losing yesterday, so that was fantastic. And also, let's just say well done to our group, Doubters and Believers, for again their amazing support. I just want to show you this. We have only that many teams left on our second game of our charity fundraiser group, DTBTV fundraiser and cash prize scratch card, which I started against Manchester United. Obviously, the game didn't go ahead, but we decided as a group to do the card. So we did that. We donated £10 to the NHS, £10 to AFC Liverpool, which is the non-league Reds, who I support and work for as well. Great set of lads, Hillsborough survivors, and 1,000 Liverpool fans built that club from the start to where it is now, and a new stadium in the pipeline. So massive, exciting times ahead for the club. But they've been going for nearly 2 seasons now without money. So this will really help them. And Chris Stewart, the chairman, is very, very made up by the support from the best fans in the world. So that's that one. We did that last week. This one's for cancer research. Are as follows: Plymouth, Rotherham, Rochdale, Dundee, Southend, Shrewsbury, Huddersfield and Swindon. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 left out of 80 teams. Best fans in the world. And that's 2 more donations we are going to be making. You get the chance to win £40 cash paid instantly to you tonight. Well, if you're in Ireland, it takes a couple of days, but we send a screenshot of the payment being sent because it's an international transfer. We had that with our first winner, Steve Morris. So he's in again this weekend. So good luck, Steve. Hopefully you don't win again, mate, as it's going to look like a fix. No, I'm only messing. But yeah, enjoy everyone. Thanks for supporting the card. We've got 8 teams left. I'm sure it's free for a £5. So you should imagine the next 2 people that have a go leaves 2 teams. And yeah, so we're going to fill the card. So I'm made up by that. Really pleased. Anfield outside is still wet and raining out the window now. The security are just starting to arrive now to get the setup as always for barricading Anfield off, which they still do. I don't know why they still do that now, but they do. We'll be bringing you the coach welcome live from my Anfield Road location, which is another great thing about joining Doubters and Believers. For those watching me now who are on Facebook, all right, Steve, lads, for those watching me on Facebook, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'm actually live on both at the moment, and I'm live on DTBTV and I'm live on YouTube. Can you subscribe? It's free. I just really want to just sort of build it up, and that I've only started this 3 months ago, so it's really going well. Just reading your comment here, Steve. Barbers are open over there, lucky bastards. Do you know that I actually did this myself? I'm not joking. During the pandemic, I got some clippers. By the way, clippers have gone up by 3 times the amount now. It costs 20 quid. So I shaved my hair, right? Got it to a length where it flicks back. And then all I've done is I've just razored down the side. And I've been doing my own hair now since the pandemic. So I've saved money on the barbers. I'm just going to keep cutting it myself. So so I'm really buzzing about that, So anyway, let's go over to DTBT. I'm going to switch over. Transferring now, Neil. Free. You want any free, Pam? Okay, no worries, Pam. I'll stick your teams down now while we're live. The video's gone off again on Facebook, but I think we had this problem last time. I'm still live on Facebook. Can you just please confirm, anybody, please, for me? I had problems, but sometimes when I go dual, can you just confirm, anybody watching this video now, you can still see me? If so, I'm not too fussed. Right. So, Pam, I'm just going to pick for you now, Rotherham. Dundee. And Swindon. So live on air, Pam, you've had yours picked. So you've got Rotherham, Dundee and Swindon. We've only got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. Yep, still on in Australia. Well, that's great, isn't it? Mad, yeah. See my ugly mug in Australia, Marty. How you doing, mate? We're going to win today, lad. I'm really confident. We'll be bringing you the players arriving, Klopp, the players arriving, which makes this the only group that does that really for you in the world on Facebook. Anfield Road location. I actually live next door to the stadium. So when the Anfield Road stand gets built, which is due to start in the next 4 weeks, they're starting the footings, all the planning. And what I should imagine is after Crystal Palace, they'll just flatten the family park and they will start. So I will be bringing you live videos every week of the Anfield Road stand, which is incredible, being built as it goes on. This is the only fan group ever on the planet at this moment in time, unless someone moves in next door to me and starts a rival channel that can bring you that for free. So subscribe to my YouTube and also stay on Facebook. Yeah, cheers, Marty, mate. Yeah, this is the one of the training shirts that I got, so it's nice, yeah. We're wearing my home shirt later, which is just all hung up on the wall. Any free, Pam? So all done. Cheers, Pam. I've got your teams in, love. I've got your teams done. You've got Rotherham. You've got you've got Rotherham, Dundee, and you've got Swindon. So I'll just send you them in via inbox so you know your teams. Tonight, the scratch revealing. I will scratch live tonight at half-time for the Liverpool v Southampton game. Don't forget you can watch that on Match Watch along with us, DTBTV. My little son Lucas, he's going to put his kit on. He's going to come and sit at the back because he's a little kid. He's my young little root to the channel. So maybe in 15 years you'll be listening to him, not me. And maybe one day you might be cheering him on because he's a good footballer, as those that know me personally know well as well. So yeah. So we've got Plymouth, Southend, Shrewsbury, Rochdale, Huddersfield left. Brilliant. 5 teams. So brilliant. So this is going to go to Cancer Research and AFC Liverpool. I've just explained what AFC Liverpool are and why we're doing it with them and why we will continue to be with them. So it's fantastic news. So we'll be doing it. I hope you don't mind. We'll do the card again for Man United. We may as well because it's another football match. We will be doing it for every Liverpool game. Every time Liverpool play, we will do this card. It's a good bit of fun. It gets people, a little bit of excitement. And like Steve will tell you, he's just come onto my YouTube video now. 40 nicker straight in his bank for a little bit of fun. But he's also got that lovely fact that not knowing it, you go to the bookies, you put a bet on, right? You put your bet on, you win your money. You're happy. But what you don't do what this does. You're putting your bet on, you're winning your money, but you're also helping. Last week, the NHS, a football club made by your own supporters. You're also this week helping breast cancer. So to me, it's a no-brainer. It's helping people, helping the channel, helping the cause, helping a football club, and winning a few quid. So it's a no-brainer. So this is why they're called fundraising scratch cards, not gambling scratch cards. They're fundraisers. So really made up, and I love you all to bits for the support, because it's a big risk when you're taking it out there and you're trying to bring it to people, but we're getting the support and that off you is magnificent. Going to the game today, I'm super confident. I just think the game at R5 is going to be great. I'm going to watch it. Manchester City at home to Chelsea. If that can be a draw, I'll be happy with a draw. But if City batter them, I'm actually going to cheer Man City on today for the first time. I want them to beat Chelsea, because then it just means we're not just we was just chasing Chelsea. And it looked like a kind of a pipe dream. But now that Leicester have dragged into it, you've got Chelsea. If they lose today, they're both wobbling. And then what we need to do is we need to go out tonight. We need to make a statement. We need to go out and smash it. And I keep saying this, and I've said it from minute one. If we can get to the last game of the season against Crystal Palace with 10,000 supporters in that stadium, knowing that we only need to win, like remember when we played Newcastle, and Ronaldo scored to make it 1-0. We only needed to beat Newcastle to be guaranteed Champions League football. If I could sign for that now, I'm sure you'd all agree with me, we would sign for it. I know Palace are a little bit of a bogey side. I've been at the last 2 times they beat us at Anfield, but I reckon with 10,000 fans being back in the ground, the players will just be lit. And I think Palace have got no to play for. They're safe. Roy Hodgson's, I was working at Anfield when he came last time, and Roy Hodgson came from the hotel. He must have been there 3 hours before kickoff. And I was just like, I was cleaning the dugouts where Klopp sits, And then I was mopping all the tunnel and making sure this is Anfield sign was clean. And then Hodgson came down and he walked straight to the edge and he just stared at the pitch for about half an hour. I'm not joking. He was there for ages, and he purposely just wanted to feel Anfield again, because I know he wasn't a success as a manager, but you can't help but fall in love with a club. Every single manager that's been resonated with or been a part of being, it's like the presidency in America, isn't it? Everyone wants to be the president of America if you're American. But I also think in football, saying it on your CV that I was Liverpool Football Club manager, it's like you're involved with Shankly, now Klopp, the names, Rafa Benitez, you know, Bob Paisley. You could say you're in the list of, like, in our terms, football presidents in our club. So yeah, so he was just feeling that moment. And I'll never forget Gerard Houllier as well. I'm not really spoken. I could talk about some of the stories. I might as well do that now while I'm on here. Some of the stories when I worked there. Now, one of them was one of my favourites. I was cleaning the Annie Road end, so I was on my own actually, because it was during the pandemic when everybody was on furlough or lockdown. I think I was in the stadium 2 weeks on my own, and I mean on my own. The only people in the stadium was security. I was the only cleaner at because mostly weekends when everybody was off, they didn't need. I think they were allocated like 4 cleaners a month just to keep the building from being stagnant. I had a bunch of keys to Anfield in my pocket. I can never forget that day, just walking around, and I could go anywhere. The boardroom, the changing room, Klopp's office, everything. And it was amazing. So I did all them areas, hoovered all the boardroom, going around the trophies, did the Gerrard Lounge. And it was just the most, I mean, people say to me, do you miss it? The job, it was like living in dreamland. But at the same time, I kept on saying yes to work all the time. And I was doing over 50 hours a week, and I was just completely burning myself out. I also missed going to the games. Obviously, when I was working on match days, remember Madrid when we lost, all my friends are all having a party and the atmosphere. We're not allowed to watch the game. If we get caught watching the game, you can get disciplined. So, yeah, it was brilliant, but I've done it now. So it's something that no one could ever take off me. And lifting the 4 trophies on the pitch, obviously, I lifted the Premier League title, the European Cup, the World Club Cup, and the Super Cup, and scored a penalty on the pitch before they cut it up the next day. And that was about 2 days after we lifted the Premier League trophy. All the players came in, Mo Salah, Gini Wijnaldum, Thiago signed actually a few weeks later. I was there for that. But I'm on about all the players came in their families and all had the pictures with them 4 trophies on the very corner. So to have been, I was working, I was mopping the Cop end. And I got a radio through. Neil, get to the Annie Road end now. So I was presuming something was like, you know, something to be sorted. And the players, Gini Wijnaldum was the last family there, and they went, you know, see you later, Gini, and that was it. And Chris Stirrup, who's the chairman of AFC Liverpool, who we're doing the card for as well, he's like one of the main bosses of Anfield, he's in charge of the Kenny Dalglish stand on match days, but he's in the suit, he's got all the gear on, he's in charge of like bringing the players to the trophies. Him and 2 of the ground staff, 2 of the ground staff and 2 of the stores lads just went, do you want a picture with the trophies? So I was like, yo, that would be amazing, because, you know, just standing with the 4 trophies in front of me like that would have been amazing. But then they went, do you want to lift them? And I went, this is the wind up. And my face, I went bright red. You can imagine being a Liverpool supporter that had the poster above his bed, that's travelled 150 miles to live here, just to be next to what my place is like heaven. My kids go to school on Anfield Road. My son plays with Liverpool every Wednesday in the foundation. This was the pinnacle. And just to lift, and I tell you what, the bloody Super Cup weighs a ton. The rest of them, they're quite light. The Champions League quite light. The Premier League, though, lifting that was unbelievable. It'll go down. I don't care for, you know, people say to me, like, I had a fallout with my boss and I resigned. I did resign. I resigned on the fact that the treatment, they laid me off right before Christmas, which I felt was not fair, considering the fact I was doing 50 hours a week while everyone else was sat in their gardens during the summer on furlough. So, yeah, so it was just an amazing time, and I'll never, ever look it back with any sort of regret or anything. It was an experience and I absolutely loved it. And yeah, that's what being a Liverpool fan's all about, isn't it? Living in the dream and that. So yeah, just going to transfer news, Mel. I've just seen you comment now about transfer news. Yeah, this is just a random chat, so I'm just talking as we go. I've heard that Canate is supposed to be a done deal. Whether it is or not, but I'm hearing from really good sources that it's supposed to be a done deal. So that'll be a great signing. I've also heard that we're in for a striker. Now there was that little list where we were presuming Shaqiri would be going, Oxlade-Chamberlain would be going. I still think they will if the offers are right. I think that was Klopp playing a little bit of hardball there, because he knows he's going to need as much money as he can to get his top target. So with him saying yesterday that Shaqiri, Oxlade-Chamberlain will be given more game time next season, I think that's his way of telling the media, well, we're not selling Shaqiri or Oxlade-Chamberlain, we're keeping them. Which then would make the person coming in for a bid think, oh, hang about, they're not going to sell them. Klopp's just mentioned that he's going to keep them. So it just makes that bidding club go, oh, listen, if we're going to get Shaqiri, we need to make an offer that Liverpool can't say no to. And again, the same for Origi and Oxlade-Chamberlain. Origi's gone anyway. I've read the piece out this morning with that. So we're in for a striker, definitely. We need a creative midfielder. I've been told that the replacement for Gini is going to be Curtis Jones, that next season will be his full first team starting every week season. I think he's using Gini at the moment because he knows what he can get out of Gini. There's more experience there. He needs his experienced players to get him over the top four line. So who knows? But I reckon we're going to bring in 3 or 4. I think we'll bring in another centre-back, so that should be Canate. Kabach will come in, and I want him to come in. He's at the right age to be developed. He's a good player. Got 5 teams left on the card, mate, and it's £5 for 3 of them and £2 each for the other 2. So yeah, that's what we've got left. Sorry, mate. So I think we'll bring in Kabach and Canate. So that's 2 centre backs, which will fill the void. We won't be playing midfielders in defence next season. We'll bring in another midfielder, I think. I just think we will, because Gini's going, and we'll need, if Curtis Jones does get injured, we'll need another midfielder. Harvey Elliott will be like a new signing. He comes back with 46 games, played for Blackburn this season, which will make him a man. The Championship has got some brutes in it. Let me tell you now, it's a tough league. So he's just had a season playing in one of the toughest leagues in Europe. He will come back better. You've got Harvey Elliott then added to that. You've got Van Dijk coming back, which is like signing a world-class centre-half anyway. So I don't think we need too much, but I do think we need a new striker. We need somebody that can nip it. But, and I'm going to say it, and it might be controversial, but Luis Suarez is on a free. He's got a clause in his contract that he can leave Atletico Madrid after 1 season. He is guaranteed goals. If he's prepared to come back and play rotation with the Salahs and the Manes and the Firminos, no-brainer. Shirt sales will go through the roof. And I just think he's got unfinished business. Can you imagine the Man United fans next season thinking they're back? We go and win the league, and Luis Suarez, of all their enemies, is part of us winning the league. I just love that feeling and everything about it. So, yeah, so really looking forward to that as well. So, Tony Craft, Tiny on my Instagram, how much of 5? A win tonight sets herself up nicely for Thursday. Cannot wait for Thursday against Manchester United. As you well know, love them games. So that's it. So this is my little update on everything and how it's going. There's 5 teams left on the card. I'll come and speak to you at 3 o'clock just to see how you're all feeling as it gets closer to kick off. We'll bring you the Liverpool players arriving live, which is great, and there'll be fans outside here, I should imagine. With it being an 8 o'clock kickoff, they'd have been in the pub most of the day. We didn't have a very good coach welcome. Still quite a bit here, but Newcastle was 12:30 and everybody was still half asleep. You could tell it was 11 o'clock in the morning, bus arrival. Tonight's is a 6:30 to 6:45 arrival. The pubs around Anfield are open. The pubs in the city centre are open. The game's on the telly. So I should imagine, I know Taggies are sold out tonight. You can actually hear the band playing from my house where I am right now. It's quite loud, actually. It's normally Jamie Webster, but I've heard he's doing an album at the moment, so he's in the studio. So they've hired someone else. But anyway, enjoy your day. We're getting close to kick-off. 5 teams left. And if Tony's having a go now, there'll only be 2 left. We've done it again. So proud of this group and all he is. You'll never walk alone.